Yes, good afternoon. Well, it's afternoon for me anyway. And welcome to week two. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so I can kind of give you a quick review, although the um, even though right now we're not really looking at, I haven't graded any of the week one discussions, but I thought I'd go ahead and give you a little bit of an overview on things that were really, really good overall. I think our discussion this week was pretty good. Although I would say that some of you definitely need to take a look at a little bit more on your responses. Um, this is probably, these in here are probably pretty good for responses. Okay, a couple of good, one good sized paragraph. When you get into just a couple of sentences, you're not really giving me enough to really work with. You're not really promoting and moving our discussion forward. So when you take a look at this, you really want to get yourself into where you're adding some comments. Since, for instance, right here, Emily really add some good comments in here that really add to our discussion and kind of move things forward. Kind of the same as Sarah did here. Whereas, a few of the others, when you just tell me, hey, I kind of agree with this, but you don't really give me anything else to work with, it's going to need a little bit more. You're going to have to give us a little bit more. So when you take a look at these as you go through here, some of the initial ones are really, really good. The initial posts, you take a look at these, you need to really go into a little bit of depth here, kind of like Sarah did here. You got Emily definitely had one there that was really good. You've got this one here with Rebecca, also was pretty good, but you've got a few others that are kind of on the shorter side. Okay, so when you're answering those questions, you want to make sure that you're really answering those questions. So the initial posts, most of them were pretty good. You've got a couple that just weren't quite there. But the big part of this is the responses. Okay, overall, they're pretty good, but you definitely need to, those that are shorter in length, you need to kind of take a look at it. Also, I really try to recommend that you do come in here more than once, especially after the Friday, Saturday when I've commented on yours. So, because I may have asked a follow-up question and that you guys may need to answer or should answer anyway. I'll get more specific in the feedback for this week when I go ahead and grade those discussions, those discussion aspects. So let's take a look at we're going to go ahead and take a look at week two as we bring it up here. When we take a look at week two, okay, and you should have completed all of these MindTap assignments, these self-assessments, and the assignment and the case activity. All of those should be done by Monday night, and because of the Labor Day holiday. So this week we're going to talk a little bit about in the aspect of, we're going to talk a little bit about culture, okay, in chapters 3 and 4. When you take a look at these, chapter 3 talks a little bit about corporate culture, and you've got some elements here, some aspects here, some great videos that I definitely show in class that you should take a look at. And then we look at chapter 4, and we look at the global environment, which also includes some aspects there. And we talk a little bit this aspect of Hofstede's value dimensions is one that you really should pay attention to. As a matter of fact, I'm going to play this little bit of a video actually in here because it is that important. As soon as it comes up here. Oh. Okay, so yeah, that was a little short little clip there, but when we take a look at those, um, you know, Hofstede is one of those that you're going to encounter many times as you look at through management aspects. You're also probably going to talk a little bit more in marketing about him, because he refers to those 5 points, and those 5 points come into play in a lot of areas. So it's important for you to take a look at that aspect specifically when we take a look at those, because you take a look at things like market entrance strategies. These are things that you'll also be talking about in BA 360 and global and introduction to global business, international business. So when we take a look at those in that aspect, we look at Alstead again quite extensively, as well as market entry strategies for a particular country. So both of those are really important in Chapter 4 to grasp and get a hold of. These clips on culture and corporate culture and talking about how those aspects of that's this aspect of organizational behavior. So you take a look at organizational behavior, it's about how the company works and how the company actually has its own culture and environment. And you take a look at this this aspect here, the on the job. Take a look at that as well, because that talks a little bit about Dish's CEO and about how he's talking about how he can work easily with high achievers. So when you start to look at those, go ahead and definitely take a look at some of these videos. This Black Diamond one is actually excellent in talking about how they work in the global environment. And that's really interesting because they're a global company who produces ski wear and stuff, also in climbing and climbing gear and those types of things. So, and how it gets into their manufacturing and all those aspects. So those are very interesting clips that you guys should take a look at. All right, if you guys have any questions this week, again, everything will be due on Sunday the 11th. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And I want to remind everybody of my office hours between 5 and 6 on Thursday evening. You're more than welcome to kind of hop on, take a look at those, and hop on and see me. I'm here. I should have your discussions graded by the end of that office hour on Thursday evening. So, all right. If you look forward to seeing you guys in the discussion this week.